Today, I'm here to talk about are homeschooling children better prepared for life? Firstly, homeschooling your child for life in general. In the real world, kids must be self motivated, learn how to interact with other people, and be able to adapt their skills depending on the situation. Education curriculum from home is a great way to prepare your child for life in the real world. Environment is very important, so prepare your kids that they know never never be inside and isolate your homeschool kids. Like for example, put your child where there are other kids. Let your child play in a sport while in the environment. But homeschool children are prepared academically sometimes, but it all varies with environment. Secondly, it really depends on how they are homeschooled and what the parents' priorities are. Some parents use homeschooling to teach their kids in religion and other beliefs. Some parents believe that all doctors and medicine were bad, and some use it to have total control over their children. Homeschooling is a way for children around them and have an opportunity to mature when they get older and have an opportunity when they are using it for their children's amazing education. The others take care of their children and let them interact in other activities such as sports, music, and etc. They have to also debut with their children's schedule and education to include more of what the child's interests, which helps them to stay passionate about learning. Thirdly, the homeschool children in the last category are definitely prepared for life. They know all the perks of formal education, deadlines, and professionally trained teachers, but they also have it designed for them. There are people who are in homeschooled and were working on their master's degree when they were age 20. Although most homeschooling that I've seen fit in the other categories too, if they make it to college, they usually have years of work and classes to take before they have the equivalent of a high school education. Unfortunately, they deal with things including major culture and social shock, lack of things including taking care of themselves and not knowing how to protect themselves. I think it really depends on the child as well as how much time and effort the parents are willing to put in. Personally, I feel that I was very well prepared academically for life. That said, I think that academics are only half of the picture. To really succeed in life, a homeschooler needs to know how to manage their time, something I've always started with. There are necessary homeschooling that I've seen, but with homeschooling, deadlines I've always known one thing needs to be part of homeschooling. Which adapt. One thing that needs to be part of homeschooling, which prepares one another for better for life, is that if you don't have structure, schools isn't stable for your child. Basically, most parents have a structure for like any other school structure that they just don't necessarily do things that other school kids do. Like for example, maths and English are compulsory, but if you don't want to study human anatomy, then you don't have to learn it. They so that most of them are not really prepared for life, but it just depends on the child and their own. The only thing that we should know about homeschooling, it always depends on structure and their homes. The only thing we should avoid is religious indoctrination and expose them to know their peers. I think homeschool kids have a very strong chance of succeeding in higher education. Since most homeschools focus on providing an average education, most students are better prepared for life. And at college, at least academically, homeschooling typically allows students to spend less time over overall performing schoolwork since no time is wasted commuting, going to different classes, and having to wear of the home same rates as any other student in the class. It's a question that we get a lot. It's a question that some days parents may still question about themselves. I think that's with any parent anywhere. before I get into some of the very real problems and reasons why I think homeschool children are going to be just fine, I want to stress that I largely am generalizing here. Also, I'm not really going to go into the whole a lot on academics today because, quite frankly, academics are not really focusing on us because being academically inclined really makes no difference as to whether you make it in the real world. The three ways that homeschool kids are gonna be perfectly okay and fine is that ways that homeschooling kids is going to be is that why and they and that happens in the real world for more than a classroom. Homeschooling knows how to seek interaction and knowledge on their own, and homeschools follow their interests. The only thing I can say is that anywhere I go, I hear how homeschoolers are doing so much better in the real world because of what? Their self discipline. Thank you.